Hello, today I'm going to be talking about modelling malaria elimination strategies in Zambia. So this was an exercise we conducted in collaboration with the National Malaria Control Programme in Zambia and MSEPA at PATH. And the aim was to try and predict the impact of the 2016 to 2021 National Strategy to Eliminate Malaria. So we worked with our partners to try and understand what's the most likely set of interventions that are going to be implemented going forwards. And this came up with 80% bed net coverage across the whole country, 50% IRS coverage, 60% of cases effectively tested and treated, a mass drug administration in southern province only at 80% coverage, and a step D active case detection in southern province, where index cases that turn up to clinic will be followed by a community health worker to where they live, and the house and or neighbours will also be treated. So we used a mathematical model of malaria transmission to simulate this package of interventions to try and predict the outcome going into the future. So you see here, this is incidence over time. Initially, in 2016, we're at about 3 million cases. And as the interventions come into place in 2017, we see a very sharp reduction in incidence down to a predicted 1 million cases per year, down from 3 million. One of the strategies that we were interested in looking at was what would happen if we did a mass drug administration across the whole country. So this is one of the benefits of modelling, is that we can very easily explore hypothetical scenarios. So now we look at a simulation where we do 2 rounds of mass drug administration across the whole country in 2017 and 2018. And you see this results in a very sharp reduction in clinical incidence, down to about 500,000. However, mass drug administration is a transient intervention, and it's not doing anything to change the fundamental transmission potential of an area, so the models will always predict that transmission will return to the levels that you would have achieved solely through enhanced vector control and enhanced case management. It's also quite useful to look at this on a geographical scale. So the picture on the left shows the clinical incidence in Zambia as we are now in 2016, and then we can look at what happens looking at 3 different scenarios. So the top one, looking at transmission in 2020 and 2023 of the increased vector control with no mass drug administration. We see large parts of the country are hugely reducing transmission. A lot of areas are reaching this level 1, which is 1 to 50 cases per 1,000 people per year. There's a small amount of rebound by 2023, which is a result of waning immunity. If we look at the second row now, this is adding on top the mass drug administration across the whole country. So we see in 2020, a few more districts have reached this low grey level 1 of less than 50 cases per 1,000 per year. But again, by 2023, you're going to get the rebound because the mass drug administration is, again, a transient intervention. And finally, we can look at a really optimistic scenario, which is 90% bed net coverage in combination with 70% IRS coverage across the whole country. And here we're seeing large areas of the country have moved to this low level 1 incidence region, probably about 80 or 90% of the country, and a small amount of bounce back by 2023. So although from this modelling analysis, in the current state with the current tools and the current healthcare system in place, we do not predict elimination across the whole country. However, I think there is definitely a positive take-home message in that large areas of the country are going to greatly reduce their transmission, and lots of areas are going to be on the cusp of this pre-elimination threshold. Thank you very much.